So who was here last night? Who was listening to the talk last night? Huh? Yeah, hands up. So I have to repeat myself. Always repeat myself. There's nothing new. So did you find the car? Difficult. Life is not difficult. Going to work every day is not difficult. Doing something for yourself, yeah. It's the only thing here. Do something for yourself. It's not difficult. It's neither difficult nor easy. Just doing. Yeah? Just bringing the mind back. Yeah? Bringing it back, to the Buddha, or bringing it back to the breath around the tip of the nose. Yeah? The Lord Buddha teaches Dhammatalk. Yeah? He didn't teach anything else. Yeah? Sati, awareness of breathing and breathing. Buddha added, the Buddha. Yeah? Why? Yeah? He was one time in my area and the tribe, thought that he was a tiger in disguise. Yeah? So he had to teach these people. Yeah? So he was walking chakra, yeah? Walking meditation. Yeah? And the people looked at him, what is he doing? Yeah? He couldn't tell the people, I lost my breath because nobody would have believed him. Yeah? So he said, I lost my Buddha. Yeah? Can we help you to find it? Yes, we can help you to find it. What we do, yeah? We repeat Buddha, yeah? And some of them really got, into Upachara and Apanasana. Yeah? Just by doing this. That's why, Buddha meditation was very common in the Kammatthana, in the forest tradition in Thailand. So these two things, yeah? And then the Mahaprabhu said, if it's a difficult, you just put the breathing in and do with breathing out. Anything else, yeah? Forget about it. And we lock the door so that people don't come in. Huh? We don't lock the door so you No, it's not compassionate. Why don't you have some compassion with me? Huh? Compassion is a teacher, who tries to teach you something, yeah? Your own kind of compassion. People should know, it's time, it's even 15 past, the time that the talk should start, So people should respect the Dhamma. Until yesterday, in Thailand, when there's a talk at 6:30, the people arrive at 6 o'clock and wait for the teacher. But here the teacher in Singapore, Malaysia, or Indonesia, the teacher has to wait for the people to come. What kind of respect is that for the Dhamma? The Dhamma is the highest thing, in this world. It's a teaching of the Lord Buddha. Everything else in this world, it's a vijnana. Look. The Dhamma, the teaching, the teaching of the Lord Buddha, that teaches us, about this world, about this universe, about our chitta, about the five khandhas, about the kilesas, about everything, and it shows us the way out, But we are not interested in the way out, We like to live, in this life, in the next life, in the next life, Sometimes we go down to hell, sometimes we are born in the animal realm, sometimes we are born in the ghost realm. So much fun, When you think about, this world, it has 190 plus countries, So you can go into every country and visit it, In this universe there are 31 realms of existence, How often have you been there? Each time you come back, And then you have to prepare. You have to prepare for the next life, and then prepare for the next. Some of the lives in the lower realms are much more dukkha than we have as human beings. But we don't seem to have enough dukkha, No? Yes, but it's much more dukkha, to overcome the dukkha, So just stay with the dukkha, eat some happy clothes, that make you happy, Go a little bit shopping, and buy some new clothes or eat some nice food, that makes us happy, So we overcome it, until death comes, and then we suddenly get afraid, Where do we end up? We don't know. Most of us don't know, Only few people are going to heaven, Most of us go to hell. Don't worry, all your friends have. So you can have some fun down there, In the heavens, there's hardly anybody there, So we are lost there. At least that's what the Thai said. When you ask them, going to heaven, that is not comfortable. None of my friends are there, so I better go to heaven. Lots of friends are there. That is, samsara, understand samsara. The endless cycle, it's a cycle, it's a cycle, it has no end, and it has no beginning. And as long as we are in samsara, we are born and die, go from this realm to that realm. Without any stop, That's why all lots of samsara hamster. Have you seen a hamster in a hamster? Running, not going anywhere. That's us. One life after the other, we do the same thing over and over again. You can't get enough. Just like we have a car, and then it crashes the car, we buy a new car, and then it crashes the car, and buy a new car, a new car, and until we run out of money, and then we have to go, buy food, in the sea. That is how. Until we can afford a new car. And that's it. This body, we are so attached to this body. Take care of this body all our life, and then this same body dies. And we've taken so good care of it. We gave him all the medicine. We eat more medicine than stable food. And we exercise, and still this body dies. All our effort we put into this body. And none of the effort we put into training the driver. You crash one car after the other, but you never train the driver, He will crash the next car as well, That's us, We work for this body, we house this body, we clothe this body, we go to see the doctor, And the older we get, the more we see the doctor, We can actually put a tent into the doctor's house sometimes, or into the hospital, The older we get, the more afraid we get. So all our, we work for this body, is it too much fun to work for this body? To house it, to feed it, to clothe it, and to go and buy some medicine, That's what we do all our life, And if we have a little bit of free time, what do we use it for? Generation, the joy of generation. Playing with a smartphone, Wasting time, killing time, We have so much time now. Why don't we use it for something that is worthwhile? Yeah? Training the mind, training the owner of the body. How about this? It's much easier to go, in house and do a job, okay. And then come home, eat something, watch television, or, nowadays watch our smartphone, and then go to sleep. And then just wait for death to come. And when death comes, we don't know where we end up. It's depending, it depends on our karma of this life. It depends on, if you kept the 5 precepts. You know about the 5 precepts? If you keep the 5 precepts, you have the right to come back. If you don't keep the 5 precepts, it's just like taking a passport away, you cannot come back to Singapore. Because you have no passport. And that's the same thing. Keeping the 5 precepts, gives us the right to come back as a human being. Or sometimes, if we have the merit, go to the heavenly realms. But if you don't keep the 5 precepts, we just go down. Go down to the lower realms. If you're lucky, we go to the host realm. If you're not so lucky, we go to the hell realm. If you're very unlucky, we go to the animal realm. And coming back from the animal realm, it's a long time. What did the Buddha say about this? Every 100 years, sea turtle, and dives up, to the top of the sea, and there's one ring, whenever it, hits this ring, then it becomes back as the human being. So long time. How many animals are in this realm? Trillions, bazillions, whatever. There are also beings, there have been human beings before. They started to hunt animals, they started to kill animals, and then they are born as animals. And then they go down the track, until they come back, and don't feed on other animals, and then slowly come up. It takes a long time. Many thousands, many millions of births, die as an animal, born as an animal, before they come back as a human being. So don't waste your time. As a human being, make the most out of it. Don't only look after the body, look after the mind, because the mind is responsible for this body. The body that you own right now is the body born out of your karma. Where are you born, what kind of family, what kind of country you're born, it's all dependent on your karma. The karma that you create. Karma is created by intention. The intention to do something, to say something, or to express something. That is the karma that we create, day by day, in day out. When we see it, we don't create karma, but when we are awake, we create karma. This thought creates karma. That word creates karma. That action creates karma. So what are the 5 precepts that protect us? Not harming any living being. That is the first precept. Second precept is not taking what is not given. Going to a friend's house, or to a relative, and going to the fridge and taking out this without permission, is against the precept. If you didn't specify, go ahead, do whatever you want, but they normally don't. Have you broken this precept? Every one of us probably. Working in a company, taking this from the company, taking that from the company is breaking the precept, because the company officially didn't give it to us. So, what is the third precept? It is no sexual misconduct. What is sexual misconduct? Being unfaithful in one's relationship, no matter if you're married or if you're just partners, If you're partners, and you're unfaithful in your partnership, it's sexual misconduct, Using anybody that is dependent on you, children, our students, students in school, students, at the university, it's all sexual misconduct. The professor, who has sex with his students, Our teacher has sex with his students. It's all sexual misconduct. And parents who have sex with their kids, it's sexual misconduct. And when you look at the world, it is full of this stuff. Anybody, we are dependent on the boss, of our company if he uses us, for his sexual pleasure, sexual misconduct. Boss and the secretary, it's very famous there. What is the next one, the fourth precept? No lies, no harsh speech, no harmful speech. It would be nice, if you would be aware of what we are talking sometimes. Before we think, before we speak, we should think. In German we have the saying, before you say something, turn on your brain. Of what you're saying, why you're saying, and what is the result of your saying. What do? We speak first and then think later. Oh, why did I say that? What was the purpose of it? Somebody aggravated me and I just responded. That is, it's harmful speech. It is, and sometimes, it's improper speech as well. You just lie, somebody excuses of something and you don't want to give into it. You just say, oh no, I didn't do that. It's a lie. So that is the precept. That's the fourth precept. The fifth precept is no alcohol, no drugs, everything that makes us unmindful, unaware of our actions. And I like to include into this precept, not using your smartphone, because it's an addiction. It's addictive. You've got it all the time. Whenever you go to bed, you put it there. Whenever you go out, you put it in your pocket, or in your handbag. It is really addictive. When did this start? 10 years ago? And the addiction was so fast. It's just like heroin. You use it once, and you can't let go of it. No? I see old people, I see young people, playing, constantly texting, this morning I was in Baygarden, they were running and texting somebody, I'm just working out, things like that, what kind of world are we living in, Not even being able to talk to each other, now we have to text each other, Sitting in a cafe, 4 people sitting there, drinking together coffee and texting each other. What kind of world is that? Next life, we are not born with a head, we are born with a smartphone on top of us. Everybody can put in the messages. That is, it becomes so addictive, so that we forget, to learn, the language of communication, communicating with somebody else. When we text, somebody, even when we call somebody on the phone, we don't see the reaction of his face. It's very important, a child learns that, from its first years. It needs to see the reaction of the face, when somebody is talking to him. For 3 years, we were in this stupid mask, and nobody, I don't like to talk to people with this mask on. I said, no, I don't talk to you, Take the mask off so that I can see, We succumb to everything, in our life, Not even thinking about it, is it worthwhile? Is it proper? So, these 5 precepts, remember them very well, put them into your heart, and from today on, no matter what you did in the past, from today only keep this 5 precepts. Yeah? Don't go against it, yeah? But of course, we need to train, this subject is awareness, to be able to keep that. Yeah? Otherwise it doesn't work, yeah? If you are mindful, that's why alcohol, and drugs are completely forbidden, yeah? They are against the precept, yeah? Because when we drink, we say things or we do things that are completely against the precept, yeah? So remember very well, especially if you want to become back as a human being, yeah? No? If you don't want to, you don't keep them, yeah? It's not my life, yeah? And hell is so nice, Just read, the Lord Buddha never wanted to talk about hell, But in the middle stage, there are two sutras where he talks about it. And listen to what is happening to you for each lie that you tell, your tongue is ripped out, yeah? For each alcohol that you drink, you drink fire, yeah? And that is really nice and so on. Read it, this stuff, and I want to talk about it, guys. Or when you see these people, coming and having you feel so sorry, yeah? But when they're human beings, they don't care, yeah? That's right. They don't know, as if they don't know. They don't care about the precept, But once they go to hell, oh, it's so terrible, it's so terrible. Then they come out of hell and do the same thing again. They just to go down to hell. It's so stupid, we never learn from our mistakes. Just like countries never learn from their mistakes. Just like us, we don't learn from our mistakes. We do things over and over and over. The Lord Buddha talked about, 70% of the human race has no chance, They are only raised down to hell. 70%, yeah. We call them the Piyadhammo, yeah. One, they have no hope, yeah. The hopeless people. Yeah? But at least we have hope, yeah. We have a hope, yeah. We have, once in a while we are interested, in religion, yeah. Once in a while we are interested, in keeping the precept, yeah. We call it astroneia, yeah. The swinging forth and swinging back. One time, okay, let's go on a retreat. And then after the retreat, no, let's go and have some food and go some shopping, And then, we should go back to a retreat, or we should, keep the 5 precepts. We are the Neya, swinging forth and back, yeah? So we have at least a chance, not to go down to hell, yeah? We have the chance to come back as a human being. These are the 30%, who are interested in religion, and practice some part of the religion. No matter what religion, there are other religion teaches us to be good, yeah? Good human beings, yeah? Not killing other people. So, it's difficult to talk against your volume. I don't know what to say, Yeah, it's a half interest, half-hearted, going out, yeah. But really, yeah. Think about it, when you were born, yeah. Some of you have children, some of you have nephews and nieces, what do they do? Yeah. They learn to walk, they learn to talk, they learn to read, they learn to write. Yeah. You go somewhere time, remember that? Yeah. They learn to school, somewhere time, yeah. Somewhere time, yeah. When we learn to school, we educated this body for 80 years. Until we could use it for it. Yeah. And then what did we do? Work. Work for this body. The first 16 or 18 years our parents took care of it. Maybe even longer, when we were students at the university, they took care of us much longer. Some, in Canada, they take care of their kids when they're still 40. Washing their clothes, cooking for them. Very loving, very caring. But once we get out of university or once we finish the school, we start to work, until we are retired, And then we have no more strength. We use all our strength to work for this body, And then we just wait for that, to come. You're waiting for that, I'm waiting for that, Other people are waiting, for that to come, We just kill our time, whatever we do, go and visit this place, go and visit that place, Kill our time, what was it yesterday? Where did we go to this, Fanny, where did we go? To the store where we see a lot of old people, looking at the flowers, and the trees, and the cloud forest. When they go home, talk about it, and very important. That's it, that is life in a nutshell. We educate, we train this body, and we work on this body, and then we wait for that. Although, like the Lord Buddha said, we are born, we grow old, we get sick, and then we die. And if you don't make anything out of it, then we start all over. Just like the hamster. Sometimes, when we go up and down, and then they call it roller coaster. Going up very, very slowly, But the excitement comes when we go down. Then we go down to hell, and then we slowly go up to hell, to heaven, and then we go down to hell again, and then we go up, and then in the meantime, sometimes, great enough good and bad coming, to become, we have to go up and go down again, as a human being. Because that's where we create most of our karma, Animals in ghosts, of course humans can create a lot of karma, but animals and ghosts, they just, they just use up their karma, or create all this karma, it depends. In hell, they just use up our karma. There are 5 different hells. Every hell, every different type of hell, or realm of hell, has 5 different levels. Just like it does. You go against the law. You put it to risk. Sometimes only 1 year, sometimes for life. Depending on whatever you did. No. And that's the same kind. Sometimes you go to hell, to this kind of hell, if you kill a person, then you go to this kind of hell. If you lie, you go to that kind of hell. If you take drugs, you go to that kind of hell. There are different kinds of hell. That's why Dhamma, I'm not going to teach you, and I said, I went up to this kind of hell, and then I went down to this kind of hell, and then I went up to that kind of hell, and then I went down to this kind of hell, because you want to see me. That's for people who are natives, who are still foreign back. The other ones are just going down. So, it is up to you, it's your life, it's your responsibility, nobody else has the responsibility over your life. What you do with your life is up to you. And there's nobody, who tells you what to do except yourself. And there's nobody hindering you to do what you feel is necessary to. If you want to do it, then do it. That's the freedom. That's the freedom of human beings. It should be. But are we really human beings? or what is it called? Humanoid androids, yeah? I mean, that's what I think, you know? When you think, you know, look at your life, yeah? You know, tomorrow you go to work and then you face the situation. What am I going to do when I'm going to face the situation? So you program yourself. Yeah? So where's the difference between a robot, you know, and you? Yeah? When I see my parents, you know, I will say this, I will do this. Yeah? When I see this person, I will say this, I will do this. Yeah? I mean, it's programming. No? Yeah? I mean, we cannot go into a situation where we don't know what is going to happen. We have to reprogram, and according to these programs we have. No. That is not a human being. That is a human android, or robot, pre-programmed. And we do that every moment of our life. What am I going to do next? What am I going to do in 1 year? You don't even know if you're alive in 1 year. You don't even know, if you pass the exam. Or you don't even know, if you're not laid off. So we need to program ourselves, Why? Because we are afraid of the unknown. You cannot handle the unknown. That's why we need to program. And of course we program ourselves based on the experience we have in this life. Okay, we meet this person, if you say this is okay, if you do this is okay, if you do that, But if an unexpected situation comes, we don't know how to handle it, Because we are afraid, look at it, Sometimes it happens in meditation, something unexpected happens and then you get afraid. So when I come up here, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I have to look at the people, Accept the people, what do they want to know? If I see a wall, I cannot say anything. If I see some people, being interested in Dhamma, I might, sometimes something comes up, sometimes people visit me, And I look at them, they look at me. And that's it. I don't know what to say, because there is no interest in the Dhamma. And I only act on the interest in the Dhamma. Why is it not okay? So I don't know. I go, I don't know. I just look. What is happening? That is the freedom of choice. I go, and then I look. What is happening? And then I act according to the situation. And if I'm aware of what is going on, I can act, appropriately. And how often do we do not act appropriately? We programmed ourselves, and then afterwards we think, why did you do that? Why did you do that? It was so stupid. Because we programmed ourselves. We didn't act accordingly. And especially, if you're married for a long time, you're so completely programmed, You see your wife and you think, she acted like this, or you see your husband and you think, she acted like that, and, it's so, there's no life in it anymore, remember when you first met, That was exciting, Now? You didn't know, so you had to play around, you had to be fresh, But now you're completely, he goes this, she goes that way, And, sometimes you live in the same room, but live far apart, That's what is happening, Because you lost the communication, because you lost the livelihood of being a human being, A human being, that is, it is there, It's present, It doesn't live on programs, It sees what is happening and can react accordingly, That's what a human being is, yeah? But when you look at the world, they're all robots, yeah? I mean, androids, yeah? With human faces, I mean, the perfect android here, yeah? Huh? I mean, any kind of robot company, would be envious of these perfect androids that are there, yeah? But sometimes we don't act, Sometimes we act as humans, yeah? Sometimes, yeah? Sometimes, I mean, we do something and then suddenly something comes up. What am I doing? Why am I here? Why I was born? Yeah? Sometimes, once in a lifetime, it comes up. Yeah? Oh, boop, yeah? Wake up, and then we instantly go to sleep again. We don't like this kind of questions, yeah? That puts us into an unknown state, yeah? That's why I said, we are afraid of the unknown. Yeah? We cannot bear a situation where we don't know how to react. Yeah? That's why we have to program ourselves. So what else is there to talk about it? Yeah? Karma. Huh? Whatever happens to you right now, yeah, is the result of your own doing. Yeah? No? Somebody else did it to us, huh? Yeah. Huh? My wife, yeah? Huh? My husband, yeah? Or the government, yeah? Or my boss, Or my colleague, They're all guilty of me being unhappy. No? Yeah? Not me. I'm perfect, yeah? I can criticize everybody here in this room, but I'm perfect, yeah? Huh? No. Whatever happens to me, yeah, is because of my own karma, yeah? We have the saying, don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you, for whatever is happening to you right now is what you have done unto others. You don't know the second part, huh? But it's a logical conclusion, yeah, of the first part. Yeah? Why would we say don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you if that is not what is happening to you right now? Yeah? So, just this, if you have that constantly in your mind, in your heart, to guide you, I mean, actually your life would improve a lot. Yeah? Because we could take the things, that come our way and say, hello, there you are already, yeah? I didn't expect you so early. But, okay, I'll take you, yeah? Let's get rid of it, let's get rid of this karma, yeah? And look in our heart, what kind of karma, what kind of intention are creating this kind of karma, and let's get rid of these intentions, yeah? And then this karma is gone, yeah? But what we do, we fight the karma, and the karma comes stronger and stronger and stronger until we are pressed against the wall and cannot defeat it, yeah? Or we're going down in hell and have to experience it. Huh? That's it. Yeah? So accept it. Yeah? Don't blame anybody else. Yeah? Especially not your partner, or your teacher, or your boss. Huh? It's your own, let's say, fault, no? Or it's your own doing. Yeah? That's, if you realize that, yeah, that whatever happens to you is because of your own doing, yeah? I mean, you can live pretty much, not a happy life, but, a satisfactory life, yeah? And when you see what kind of intentions, lead to good results, I mean, you can improve that, yeah? And then more and more, the more you improve your life, the more you do good, the more you do wholesome things, yeah? I mean, the better your life gets, not only in this life, but, mostly in the next life, yeah? Because the karma that we experience right now is the karma from our previous lives, yeah? And there's nothing we can do against it, yeah? It comes back at the right time, whenever the karma ripens, yeah? It's just like, just like the farmer, who sows the seed of rice, or whatever, yeah. I mean, he has to wait 6 months, in order to get the results of his sowing the seed, yeah. And it's just like with our karma, yeah. Today, we sow some seeds of karma, I mean, it will ripen in 60 years, yeah, or in the next lifetime, yeah. It doesn't come instantly, a lot of people on YouTube post instant karma. There's no instant karma, yeah. It takes a long, long, long time to ripen, yeah. I mean, the earliest, can be 40 or 50, 60 years, yeah. But most of the karma, is coming back in the next life, yeah. So prepare your bags, yeah. Prepare your bags, because sooner or later we die, we want to have a heavy bag of good, wholesome things, and a very light bag of unwholesome things, yeah. Prepare the bag now, yeah. Put all these good, nice things in there, because we're going on a trip, when we die. It's just like you go on a trip to Malaysia or Indonesia. I mean, you pack only the things that you want there, and then you go there, and you use up some of it, and you buy some new things, then you bring it back to home, and then you go to another country, pack other different things, yeah, that's it, yeah. It's karma, yeah. That's going from one life to the next life, yeah. We have a whole store, when we go back, yeah. When we die, we go back to our home, and there's a whole store of karma, So for the next life, we pack this kind of karma and then use it up, yeah. And create new karma, So it's like going on a trip, yeah. Think about it like this, yeah. So prepare yourself, yeah. And if you know that, I mean, that is important for you, yeah. And then if you do some meditation, yeah, if you develop some awareness, yeah, about what is going on in your life, yeah, that's what you're here for, for the next 5 days, to develop this sati, this awareness, yeah, of what we are doing, why we are doing, and what the results of our doing is, yeah. I mean, this can better our life, yeah. Especially, when in the evening we reflect about the day. What did I do? What did I say? What did I, what kind of results did it have? Yeah? Huh? Do we ever ask that? Huh? We just do things, we just speak things, we never look at the results of our doing or of our actions, yeah? Of our sayings, yeah? Huh? Once we, once every day, we look at, yeah, what we are doing, why we are doing it, what the results it has, yeah? I mean, our life has to become better. Huh? But I call this daily reflection, yeah? I mean, you have to do the daily reflection every day, yeah? And the most important thing is don't judge. Don't say it was good or bad. Let the heart decide what is good and bad, because the heart knows what is wholesome and unwholesome. You just show the heart what you did, yeah? Why you did it, what you did, and what the results of it was. Yeah? And the heart knows, this was wholesome, so I want to do more of it. Because the heart is the prime mover. Yeah? It's not the mind. Huh? You cannot let go of something. You cannot let go of greed or hate. Yeah? I mean, it automatically comes up. Somebody says something, and you act, aggressively. Yeah? Or, I mean, you see something and you want it, it actually comes out. So you have to show the heart that, what it wants or how it acts is not wholesome. Once the heart knows, it lets go. Our mind, we can say it so often, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, but the heart goes and does it. Yeah? No? Yes. We can refrain, but we cannot let go. The heart is the only thing that can let go. Yeah? The heart is like, a little child, who has his hands burning on the fire, yeah, and it's constant pain, but always looks the other way, and sees a shadow and says, this is causing my pain, or that is causing my pain, that is causing my pain. So what we do in meditation, we turn our head, towards the hand. And once a child sees the hand is on fire, you don't have to tell him anything. Boop! It retracts automatically. Yeah? That is the way of the heart. Yeah? But our mind, yes, I shouldn't do this, yes, I shouldn't do this, yes, it's not good, but we still do it. Yeah? That's the mind. Yeah? It cannot let go. But the heart can let go. Yeah? The heart is the only thing. Yeah? But you have to show the heart what it does. Yeah? And that is one part of meditation that we have to learn. Yeah? And the daily reflection shows us. Yeah? And I can guarantee you, if you do that really daily, yeah, within 1 or 2 years, your life becomes so much better, so much more joyful. Yeah? Because you let go of all these things. Yeah? When I started doing this, this meeting, it doesn't really bring anything. These friends are not really friends, they are just comrades, who what they are doing is not really wholesome. So you let go of these, yeah. And at the same time, you find new friends, who support you in your activities, yeah. That's it. Yeah? Don't program yourself. Huh? Because that would be also program. No, I want to see this person, I want to see that person. No, let the heart decide, yeah, what it wants, and what it is wholesome. That is the thing, yeah. But it's difficult for us, huh? Isn't it? Huh? Let the heart decide. We don't know what it decides. Yeah? Maybe it decides something that we don't want. Yeah? Maybe it decides, to become a monk. And I don't want to become a monk. Yeah? That's what my mind said. What my heart said. You should go. You should leave. You should leave your work. You should give away everything. Mind said, no, I don't want to do. Yeah. But the heart says, yes, you should do it. In the end I did it, yeah? And I was happy, yeah? To do it, yeah? But it takes some time, yeah? Right? And that is, what is showing the heart, showing the heart what it does, what is wholesome and what is unwholesome. If you do that, our life certainly turns to the better, even in this life, yeah? No matter what kind of karma comes up on our way, yeah? Because we can deal with it, yeah? There's no karma that destroys us. Yeah? Only if we oppose it, it can destroy us. Yeah? If we oppose the karma that comes our way, yeah? Then it can destroy us. Yeah? But if the karma that comes our way, it's always, one of my first teachers said, what can I learn from this situation? And then you turn something that is terrible into something that is positive. Yeah? You can always learn something from a situation, yeah? No? And sometimes you have to bite your teeth, or put some stick into it, yeah? But you still can learn something, yeah? And nothing, yeah? Yeah, sometimes, it is hurtful, it's hurtful, Sometimes I was sitting there for 4 hours and crying because it was so hurtful, yeah. But then it's over, The situation has passed, and then the sun shines again, yeah. Good, yeah. It's coming up and it's coming down, and that's what you see, yeah. In the beginning, it goes up very high and goes down very low, yeah. And then, towards the end, the more you investigate or the more you reflect, the more you listen to the heart, the very shallow waves, yeah. A little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down until it becomes constant. Yeah? Constant happiness, yeah? And that's what we aspire for. Okay, so I think for today is enough, yeah? There's not much more going into your brain, yeah? If I say too much, you forget the beginning of it, yeah? Okay, so you're open to questions, yeah?
Any questions? Raise your hand and I'll pass the mic.
Well, thank you for your thoughts. I'm quite interested in what was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on that, especially in context of, let's say, people who have a desire to practice Dhamma quite seriously, but find themselves born into families of a different religion that oppose Buddhism quite a bit. So I was also wondering if you could shed some insight on what karma I did in the past that landed me in this situation, and what I can do to prevent repeating this again in the next life.
I mean, I don't really know if I understood your questions, but I mean, what you can do is to make the best out of the situation. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get ordained, you can ordain as a Mechi. I mean, in the Mechis in Thailand have reached arahantship just the same way as monks. So I mean, what is so bad about this situation? Yeah, I know for women it is more difficult. I mean, yeah. Mechis, it is quite tough, yeah. But it was also tough at the times of the Lord Buddha. The Lord Buddha didn't want to ordain bhikkhunis, yeah. They didn't want to ordain women, yeah. He said, I mean, if I ordain women, my teaching will only last 5,000 years instead of 10,000 years, yeah. Yeah? And when you look at the rules for the monks and the rules for the women, I mean, it is full of, this sexual misconduct, between these two. Huh? So if they are only monks, I mean, there is no problem, with women. If they are nuns, and monks, I saw it, when I was in England, I mean, so many monks disrobed with a nun, yeah, a so-called nun, yeah. Huh? Yeah, I mean, the sexual craving is there. Huh? Everybody of us knows it. Yeah, there's sexual craving. Yeah, raga tanha. Sensual desires. And it is the worst thing. Yeah, and there's only one way to overcome it, and that is a super meditation. Yeah, tomorrow I will talk about the investigation. And I will mention it. Yeah. The only way to overcome, one sensual desire is, to see the loathsomeness, yeah. I mean, the Lord Buddha taught about it, yeah. But the Westerners don't talk about it, huh? Do you hear any super meditation, from Western monks who come here? Yeah? They don't do it, yeah. Oh, the body is so nice, it's so beautiful, You open it up and it's full of shit, yeah. Huh? I mean, look at the food, you just digest it, I mean, it comes out as shit, yeah? So, if somebody tells me, you're full of shit, I said, yes, I'm full of shit, I know that. Yeah, I mean, why not say, why not say it, yeah? If somebody says, yeah, you're an asshole, yes, I'm sure, yeah, I have an asshole, yeah? Take the things, turn it around to something positive, yeah. People, always, some people will always try to offend you. Other people, will try to praise you, And what did the Lord Buddha say about this? Yeah, praise and blame, it is, what makes the world go around, yeah. And that's, yeah. Don't take the praise, don't take the blame, I mean, live, a constant life, yeah. But a lot of, especially Western monks, take the praise, they see all these lay people, I must be great, yeah? But they are not great, yeah? Because when the lay people, prostrate, to monks, they prostrate to the Buddha, to the Dhamma, and to the Sangha. And the Sangha is the holy monks, yeah? And if anybody takes it personally, he's screwed, yeah? Did it answer your question or what? What?
Actually, my question was more about, if, for example, I was born into a Christian family, very devout Christians who strongly oppose Buddhism. So I was wondering what I did in my past life that ended me in this situation, and what I can do in this life to prevent this happening again in my next life.
I mean, sometimes we are born into a family because of our relation to the family. It has nothing to do with religion. Yeah, I was born in a very Christian family. You know, that's what. Yeah. Huh? I mean, every Sunday morning we went to church. You know, we read the Psalms. You know, and everything like that. You know, so I mean. Huh? And then when I said, you know, I become a monk, you know, my father said, you know, you're asocial, yeah? And my mother said, you go to hell. And then I told her, you know, if that, where I'm going to is hell, I mean, I love it. But you have to practice before that, yeah? I mean, you cannot just, you know, use somebody else's replies, you know, and put it out. It has to come from your heart, and then the parents understand it, yeah? I mean, when I started meditation, and it was really tough, you know, it was really tough on me, yeah? My mother said, you know, what are you doing? I said, I meditate, you know, I practice, you know. She said, this is wrong, this is wrong. Mother, I said, Mother, you don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I listen to you so often, you know, but this one you don't understand. Huh? 2 years later, yeah, I mean, I changed about 180 degrees, and then she asked, what are you doing? Yeah, Martin, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm practicing meditation. Oh, can I do that as well? You have to show, you have to be, you know, a monk has to be the example, yeah, so that people can look up, yeah. Not just words, you know, that throw at you, you know, just like Christian preach, you know. They preach something and do something else, yeah? No? Yeah, sorry. Huh? No, you have to be true to yourself, yeah? Whatever you preach, is that what you have done, yeah? And then it is true, and it comes across as true, yeah? So practice until, you know, you reach a certain level, you know, of confidence, you know, in your practice, and then you can tell your parents. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Ajahn, I have a question. So, I mean, practice is very difficult. Like, if I'm doing Anapanasati, the difficulty for me is like when I feel like it's getting more peaceful, you know, then my breathing also slows down, and I think the breath becomes more subtle. And then at this point, right, I have to strain and exert myself to kind of keep following the breath. And then when I do that, it becomes very coarse again, and my heartbeat rises again. And then I'm just in this whole feedback.
Then it becomes very what?
I get disturbed, and then I'm less peaceful, and then I settle down, and then I strain, and then I become less peaceful, and then it's just this loop of, you know, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So I guess the question is, how actually do you apply mindfulness in such situations, and actually, what do you do?
I thought I talked about sati being mind emptiness.
Yeah, but then you also talked about one-pointedness. So I also feel like sometimes I'm trying to strain, and then actually I realize actually I'm just staring.
Don't worry yet about one-pointedness, you know, that becomes after, you know, Upachara Samadhi becomes Appana Samadhi. Appana Samadhi is one-pointedness. I mean, try to get in Upachara Samadhi where the mind is completely still. Yeah? And you do, most of you will do one mistake, yeah? I mean, the moment the mind gets calm, you go into the calmness instead of the breath. Huh? And that's where, you know, where the meditation, you know, goes into sleepiness, you know? Yeah? Because, I mean, normally when we calm, we fall asleep, yeah? I mean, that's how we get, yeah? I mean, we don't fall asleep when we have to think so much, you know? I mean, then we are worried about this, worried about that, we don't fall asleep, yeah? But when the mind gets calm, yeah, we snore off, yeah? The other thing that I mentioned this morning that is very important for us to develop, and that is very difficult for us to develop, is this sati, this knowingness of the breath, yeah? The breath goes in, the breath goes out, the breath is long, the breath is short, the breath is at the beginning, that's in the middle, it's towards the end, it changes from in-breath to out-breath and from out-breath to in-breath. You have to follow every step. And this knowingness, once a breath becomes very subtle, this knowingness becomes so distinct that it is even stronger than the feeling of the breath. But we are not willing to, because it takes a lot of effort to know the breath at every moment. That's why we just go with the breath, and then we go and fall asleep. Developing the sati, samadhi has two aspects, and I tell the people all the time, develop the sati, develop the knowingness, doesn't matter if it is a Buddha or, if it is the breath. Develop this knowingness about the object that you observe. The object is pinpointed by your concentration. It's around the tip of the nose or pinpointed to the Buddha, and then know about the object, what it does. And then you don't fall asleep. And then, it doesn't matter. And then you know that the breath becomes subtle. And the knowingness of the breath, and actually the knowingness of the whole breath body becomes so imminent, that you don't, you don't fall asleep, You become more and more awake, But it's difficult. I know lots of people, the mind is calm, let's go with the calm, there's a happy feeling, let's go with the happy feeling, and then 5 minutes later the samadhi is gone, And then we have to do it again, and then we get tired, When we enter upachara samadhi, there's a way, to know that we really entered upachara samadhi. When we come out of upachara samadhi, we feel refreshed and we feel concentrated, When we only, I normally, when people, please don't drink, And I see there's still a person with a mask on, I hate this so much. You cough, 5 years ago, you coughed and you didn't have a mask on. No? Where was I? So people go, if you don't develop this knowingness, or this awareness of the breath, then people see, they start, open the door to upachara samadhi, so nice, and then they close the door in front of them, and then they open again, so nice, and then close the door in front of them, and then, so nice. And when you come out, of your samadhi or of your meditation, you feel tired. Because you constantly open the door and close it, open the door and close it. Open the door and get in, and close it behind you. And then you feel refreshed. Okay? Yeah?
There is one question I wanted to ask. Is it possible when you get into samadhi, like in one day, let's say you get into samadhi 2 times, but then you get in, you're okay, and then you come out, and then again in the afternoon you go in. But when you come out, because you're not used to it, you get tired after that.
No, you don't get tired. When you go into samadhi, and you get out, you're always refreshed, you're energized. And the longer you've been in upachara samadhi, the more you're energized. So probably the second time you just open the door and close it, open, close, open, close.
Then what am I doing wrong? I understand your open, close, but concretely, what does it mean? What did I do wrong?
What did you do wrong? The moment you open the door and you feel the freshness, you go onto the freshness instead of the knowingness of the breath. You're looking, there's an expectation, you see it's coming up, it feels fresh, it feels calm, and then you go into the calmness, You look for the expectation instead of doing the work, And that is what is the problem.
Yes, expectation is a big problem. But okay, like even one day retreat, you already feel it, and then when you protract it over 1 month, so that's why I You just say samadhi, samadhi, but then after 1 week you get tired.
No, you get bored. And because your interest is not there. I mean, in the morning I talked about interest. 100% interest is 100% concentration. I mean, the breath changes all the time. Yeah? It gets, from rough to detailed, it gets from long to short, or from short to long, the in-breath, it's not, I mean, you can stay there with all the time, if you're interested in it. Yeah? I mean, I've never seen anybody who really dives into some upachara samadhi or appana samadhi who is bored of it. Yeah? He enjoys the next session, he can't wait, I mean, he has to go to the toilet, and pee, and then he comes back and instantly sits down, He doesn't want to lose 1 minute of it. Yeah? So there's something wrong with the samadhi that you practice, yeah? Yeah.
Is that right?
What?
You get expectation. The expectation is there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to fight the expectation, I had to fight it, every one of us has to fight it, especially, if you went really deep into upachara samadhi and it was such a nice experience, the next time you want it again, and it, of course it doesn't come, because, you're looking for something that does not exist if you don't do the work. So do the work and you will enjoy it every time you do it.
Thanks to your advice this morning on using Buddha.
Yeah.
I think it really worked for me with walking meditation, focusing on the breath instead of the feet. Can I ask what do you do if you use Buddha and, for example, when you're sitting and it gets like bright? Did you just ignore the brightness?
Yes.
And you just go ahead?
Yeah. Try to ignore the brightness. Yeah? If the brightness becomes so bright that it is disturbing your Buddha, then bring the brightness into your heart. Yeah? Use it like a flashlight, to shine into your heart. Yeah? But normally it doesn't, most of the time we can still focus on the Buddha, and just ignore it. Yeah? If you ignore it for a while, it will never come again. Yeah? I mean, that's what happened to me. Yeah? I mean, yes, it happens. It's a sign of concentration. Actually, it's a good sign, It's a good sign, when there's some bright light coming up, it's a good sign. But we should never concentrate on it, yeah, unless it becomes disturbing.
Thank you. May I also clarify your response earlier to Marisa, when you mentioned when the breath gets subtle,
Yeah.
then you kind of focus on the knowing and don't return to the breath. Is that right?
Yes, but you focus on the knowing all the time. Yeah. I mean, that is the biggest problem for most of the meditators. They focus on the breath, and then the breath becomes subtle, and they don't feel it anymore, and then they come up and ask me, I mean, my breath disappears, yeah? No, the breath does not disappear, the interest in the breath disappears, yeah? So develop it from the beginning, yeah? I mean, once you get a little bit calm, once you feel the breath, know the breath, yeah? And then you don't have any problems going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Hello, may I know how to progress from upachara samadhi into appana samadhi?
What are you doing? Are you doing the Buddha or the breath?
Breath.
Mm-hmm. So how is the breath at the moment?
It seems that you can
Don't use the words appana, upachara, samadhi. Tell me your experience of your practice.
the breath stop, or no sense of the breath.
Yeah, I mean that can be disinterest in the breath. What happens before the breath?
There is breath before.
Yeah, there is breath, and I mean, how do you feel the breath? Where do you feel it? Or where do you know it?
Knowing of the breath,
Yeah, but
there is no exact location until if you want to know the breath and focus on until the nose, then it becomes close.
no, I mean, if you're really in Upachara Samadhi, I mean, yeah, the knowingness of the breath is there, down there in the citta. I mean, that's where automatically, I mean, it automatically drops down, yeah? I mean, the moment the breath becomes so subtle that you cannot feel it anymore, yeah? But you know it, then the knowingness drops where it comes from, yeah? That's why we develop the knowingness in the beginning, yeah? When it drops down to the citta, yeah? And then what is happening is, I mean, the sensation, the hearing and everything goes away, yeah? And even the body goes away, you don't feel anything anymore, you just know the breath, yeah? Until the breath stops, yeah? It really stops, yeah? Not just disappears. For most people it just disappears, yeah? Because they lose their interest. You understand that? Yeah?
Does it mean that is to stay in a very long time in Upachara Samadhi?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it takes hours, to get really down, yeah? Sometimes it takes, yeah? Sometimes it took me, 1, 2, 3 breaths and I was gone, yeah? And sometimes, it takes me hours, sitting there for 5 hours and nothing happens, yeah? Still the breath is there, it doesn't stop, yeah?
But awareness seems to be in front of the body.
No, the awareness is here. Because the awareness comes from the citta, yeah? So you will see it, I mean, you feel, how the knowingness, at the beginning concentration is there, yeah? And the knowingness we develop, but the knowingness actually comes from the citta, yeah? And then, once the breath is so fine, the knowingness drops from where it came, and then we just stay with the concentration and the knowingness in the citta.
We start with a bit of the nose.
Yeah.
And then after that, it is always...
You try to make something, let things happen. It will automatically happen. If you do it correctly, it will automatically happen. It will fall into the citta, and then you know the breath, and then you know the whole breath body until you get more and more concentrated, until the breath is only at a very, very single point.
But the change seems not to be dropped to the heart here, but it seems to be rising up.
Yes, because your interest is rising up. Because you're not interested in the breath, you're interested in all these phenomena that occur, when you get a little bit calm. You understand? That is the biggest danger, yeah? We're getting interested, suddenly, there's some sound in our ears, or suddenly there's some things, happening in our body, and then instead of, concentrating on the breath, we concentrate on these things. And then these become more predominant. And then we think the awareness, no. Okay? I know it is difficult, but, I mean, follow the way and it automatically, if you do it correctly, it automatically leads you there. Yeah? You just follow the breath, you just know the breath, yeah? And actually things happening just by themselves. And the more you get interested, I mean, the easier is the transition into Appana Samadhi. It just whoosh, and you can go, yeah? But sometimes, it takes hours, yeah? Okay? So, no more questions? Yeah? There's one behind. Where's the microphone?
As what you mentioned, the one-pointedness, if it can be achieved, but it's very hard to maintain.
What can be achieved and what is very hard to maintain?
The phenomena that Rongpo mentioned just now, dropping down and being one-pointedness.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not easy to be maintained for a long time. It's just shake sometimes. It can't stay for a long time. What can I do to make it longer?
Very simple thing, yeah? I mean, when a child learns to walk, it cannot stand for a very long time. So, how can it stand for a long time? The more it trains. That's the only solution to the problem, yeah? Train it every day, and you can stay longer and longer and longer and longer, yeah? Just like in Upachara Samadhi, yeah? You can stay there for hours, or you can stay there only in the beginning for minutes, yeah? But the more often you train it, the longer you can stay there. Yeah? And don't think about achieving anything. Huh? It's doing your work, and the byproduct of your work, yeah, is Upachara Samadhi or Appana Samadhi. It's a byproduct. It's not what we're looking out for. That's what, the expectations, they're constantly burning us up. Yeah? No, do your work, be interested in your work, and the things will happen automatically. Yeah? If you always look for something, things will not happen. Yeah? That is something you really, really should know. Yeah? And it should really, penetrate your heart. Yeah? Do your work, and things will happen automatically. Yeah? If you do the work correctly, things will happen as I said. Yeah? But if you expect something, everything can happen. Yeah? And you will try, yeah? And that is not going to bring us anything. Yeah? Okay?
Actually, Ajahn, I have a question. Oh wait, sorry,
Yeah? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. May I just clarify what you mentioned just now? That means when we are doing our samatha bhavana, we just focus on the marga. That means we just focus on our breath and not think about the groups. That means not think of achieving the jhana states. Is that correct?
Did I ever talk about the jhanas?
No, I mean.
And I'm not going to talk about the jhanas. I'm talking about Upachara Samadhi or Appana Samadhi, things that every one of us can reach. Yeah? The jhanas, there's a few, very, very few people who can reach the jhanas. Yeah? So, we're talking about Upachara Samadhi, Appana Samadhi, and just knowing the breath. Yeah? Just like I said before. Yeah? Know the breath, and things will happen automatically. If you have practiced the jhanas in the previous life, you automatically, instead of going to Upachara Samadhi, you fall into the jhanas. Because, your mind your chitta is trained to do that. Yeah? But if you haven't, you just go into Upachara Samadhi. Okay? And don't expect anything, so many people, jhana, yeah? What is that, yeah? Just because, at the time of the Lord Buddha, everybody could do it, because, look at all these religious sects, they could all go into jhanas, yeah? Huh? And the followers of the Lord Buddha could do the jhanas. But nowadays, nobody, especially if you handle your smartphone, nobody can even go into Upachara Samadhi, huh? Because the mind constantly goes out, yeah? The training of the jhana, my venerable teacher, Lungta Mahabodhi said, if you want to train the jhanas, you have to sit for 18 years in a cave, and just do the jhana training. Yeah? 18 years, yeah? And he said, in the same time you can reach arahantship. Yeah? So why wasting your time on the jhanas, yeah? You want some magic. And that is the only reason, why people want to do jhanas, yeah? Okay?
Sorry, maybe I have a misconception.
What?
Yeah, sorry, maybe I have a misconception this correctly. My thinking was that if we were to achieve the absorption stage, that is one-pointedness, that means we enter into jhana. is my concept of the samadhi correct?
No, it's not correct. Appana Samadhi is Appana Samadhi. The fourth jhana is very close, but it is on a different level. Upachara Samadhi, Upachara Samadhi can start, from the same as the first jhana, down to the third jhana, yeah. But the jhana is on a high level. Samadhi is on a low level, yeah. And you cannot jump to this high level if you don't know how to train it, yeah. So the jhanas are the jhanas and samadhi is samadhi, yeah. Upachara Samadhi, Appana Samadhi, that's enough, for us, yeah. I mean, if you happen to fall in the jhanas, come and see me, yeah. But if you don't, just practice Upachara Samadhi, yeah. And Lungta Mahabodhi never talked about it. It's like, if you happen, come and see me, yeah. But he doesn't want to talk because, it is, so many people, especially Westerners, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana, sixth jhana, seventh jhana, eighth jhana, Nibbana. No. I mean, the Lord Buddha practiced the lower jhanas, the rupa jhanas, and the arupa jhanas, and he still didn't go into Nibbana. I mean, he had to sacrifice, everything for 7 years, as being an ascetic, and that was also not the way, yeah. I mean, he practiced the jhana, until his teacher said, "Oh, now you teach the jhana." I said, "No, I'm still, whenever I come out of the jhanas, I'm still in the world, everything is the same. So what is the purpose of it, yeah?" And then he practiced ascetic practices, I mean, he didn't eat anything, except when it fell into his lap, yeah. And then he saw, this is also not the right way, yeah. And then he went the middle way. Okay? Understood?
Okay, just to clarify more about achieving the state of equanimity.
The state of what?
Equanimity.
Equanimity. I mean, are you talking about the Brahma Viharas or what?
I mean, my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that we have to sit in samadhi until we are able to achieve the state of equanimity, so that we will not be affected by whatever happens to our body. For example, if we have stage 4 cancer, then once we have achieved our samadhi, able to reach the level of because that will not be affected by what happens to the body. We can just let the body expire by itself.
Yeah. People who study, yeah. If you go into Upachara Samadhi, you have equanimity. It comes there, I mean, you're not bothered by anything else, yeah? Huh? I mean, the only thing that bothers you, if you're not in Upachara Samadhi, is the kilesas that constantly draw your attention to this or that or that or that, yeah? But if you're in Upachara Samadhi, you're free from the kilesas, that is equanimity, yeah? It's not the same as the Brahma Viharas, and I'm not talking about the Brahma Viharas, yeah? The equanimity, that you gain, in Upachara Samadhi, or, yeah, I mean, there is no equanimity even in Appana Samadhi because there is nothing in Appana Samadhi, yeah? And you have to go there, I mean, don't fool yourself with words or, or concepts, Do the practice, see what is happening, yeah? Stay with the breath, know the breath, until you drop into Upachara Samadhi, and then you know. You don't have to ask questions, you don't have to read books, yeah? I mean, how did the Lord Buddha teach us? Did he read books? And then he taught us from the books, Huh? And all of his arahants, I mean, the 1250 arahants, at the Magga Puja, yeah? Did they read anything? No. I mean, they listen to the teaching of the Lord Buddha and they practice, in accordance to the Lord Buddha, and they reach arahantship, the way it was taught to them. There were no books, there were no confusing languages as well, yeah. I mean, the Pali has been translated in so many languages, and there are so many errors in the Pali canon, yeah. So I rely on the people who actually know what they're talking about. Yeah? How to read Upachara Samadhi, how to reach Appana Samadhi, and what is happening. Yeah? Okay?
Any more questions?
I ask one question. When I do my meditation and I realize that my breath is becoming more and more subtle, I also become aware of thoughts that come into the back of my mind. And then sometimes the more I try to get rid of the thoughts and focus on my breath, the more difficult it becomes, and it becomes very heavy.
Yes. Don't try to get rid of anything, concentrate on the breath more. Yeah? Yes, I know. That is what is happening when it first becomes calm, then you realize, there are a lot of background thoughts, But if you're concentrated on the breath, this also goes away. Yeah? Be more interested in the breath, yeah? Because at the moment you're interested in what is going on in the back of your mind, and that amplifies it. Yeah? Whatever, when we are calm, and when we are concentrated, whatever we concentrate on, becomes really amplified. Yeah? So put your interest back on the breath, and these things just disappear.
Ajahn, so you talked about this knowingness. I think it would be helpful if you could explain actually what this experience of this knowingness is supposed to feel like. Because the reason why I follow the peaceful feeling is because it comes from this area where you keep pointing at as the chitta. So I've never experienced the chitta before. So that's why if some pleasant feelings arise, and then I need to go and explore it. And that's why I follow the pleasant or peaceful feeling. So actually, what is this knowingness and how is it different?
Knowingness, I didn't want to confuse you. Knowingness is an aspect of the chitta. Yeah? You cannot really experience the chitta. You are the chitta. Every one of us is the chitta. You cannot experience the chitta. You can only experience the aspects of the chitta. And one of the aspects is knowingness. Yeah? Other things are greed, hatred, and delusion, or avijja. Yeah? And sati, sati or knowingness, or awareness, yeah? It's not knowingness. The pure chitta is pure knowingness, but it doesn't know of any object. Yeah? The chitta, our defiled chitta knows about objects. Yeah? When you go into Appana Samadhi, there's only pure knowingness, because there are no objects anymore. Yeah? So you cannot experience the chitta. Yeah? What you experience is the feeling, I'm in the peaceful feeling, and yeah, that's it. Yeah? And this peaceful feeling is an aspect of the chitta. Yeah?
Then what is knowingness?
Knowingness is knowing anything about the object that I'm observing. I know that the breath is subtle, I know that the breath is rough, I know that the breath is in-breath, I know that the breath is out-breath. That is knowingness. Yeah? That's why I said, go to the zoo and observe animals, you know what they are doing. You don't have to, you don't have to articulate it. Yeah? Next time you go, yeah, or watch animals here, wherever you go in the garden, in the gardens, watch the animals, watch a squirrel, and then observe it, observe it. You know what it is doing. And that is the knowingness I'm talking about. That. Yeah?
Any more questions?
So, when I do meditations, like, preparing something like exam,
Sorry, but I did not understand your question. What is your question?
When I was doing meditation, sometimes I get some feeling of tension, like in front of my forehead.
Tension. Yeah. Yeah, if you feel some tension, and there's some tension, relax it, and then go back to the breath.
So does that mean that I'm getting distracted by the tension?
What?
Does it mean I'm getting distracted by the tension rather than following?
Yeah, I mean, you're already distracted if you feel the tension, yeah? But, sometimes the tension comes from concentrating too strong on the object, yeah? Yeah? I mean, then relax, yeah? I mean, if the object is there, observe it, yeah? If the object goes out, if the mind goes out, into thinking or memorizing, then you need to put the effort. To put it back at its place, once it is at its place, observe it, yeah? And then there are normally no tensions arising, yeah? I mean, tensions, or sometimes headache, people really try to push the concentration around the tip of the nose, and then they become headache. That's wrong, yeah? You don't force a horse, that is riding in the right direction, because then it throws you off, yeah? And that is the same thing. If you push too much, on the object, I mean, then it becomes tensions, and it throws you off, yeah? Understand that? I mean, once you see the object clearly, know the object, yeah? Observe the object, yeah? And that's it, yeah? When the mind goes out, pull it back, yeah? And that's where you need the effort, yeah? Once it is back, observe it again. Okay? So, okay, then okay, yeah? Happy meditation.